A lot of you know that Ryan loves lacrosse. As a matter of fact, as part of the in-depth interview that I do with all speakers prior to the meeting, I asked Ryan if he could have any car at all, anything at all, a Tesla, a Mercedes, a BMW 8 Series, what would he get? And he said a Buick Lacrosse. So here's a guy that just loves lacrosse. Our next speaker will be giving his second speech of the level 3 of the effective coaching path on the pathways. He's been in our club for about 2 years and has served as an officer ever since his second week as a member. Ryan Berns has been our club president as well as the area director for all the clubs in the Saguaro area. He currently serves the entire district as the head of the growth research chair. The purpose of the speech today is for Ryan to practice using a story within a speech. Please help me welcome Ryan Berns and his speech, The Creator's Game. The Creator's Game, Ryan Berns.
Did you hear? Elder Brunoforte has fallen ill. No, I didn't. Don't worry. Medicine Man Morrow is on the case. He's been working day and night to help Elder Brunoforte. Phew! Thank goodness. But you know what? Let's gather the tribe. Let's get together for the game and see if we can inspire the Creator to strengthen the medicine so we can bring Father Brunoforte to full strength. Fellow Toastmasters, the Creator's Game, as most of you know, lacrosse, has been on this land for centuries. Initially given to the people as entertainment for the Creator and thought of to entertain the Creator to strengthen the medicine and the people when someone got wounded or hurt. And it's this idea that lacrosse has been a part of so many people's lives to inspire them to be better, be stronger. That's touched me. As our Toastmaster mentioned today, I'll drive a lacrosse. Everything in my life is lacrosse, from everything that's in my background to everything that I preach. And I want to share a little bit more with everyone why it's so important to me. I'll be sharing how I got into lacrosse in the first place, some of my ups and downs, why I had to make pivots with different life decisions, as well as where lacrosse is taking me today. And hopefully, just like what the Creator intended, I will entertain you. Now, I'd love everyone to come off of mute or go into the chat real quick. And I want to ask you, where do you think the epicenter of lacrosse is, or the hotbed? Any takers? Any ideas? India, London, great. ASU, baby, Phoenix. Awesome. Thank you all for those thoughts. I've always thought Arizona was the hotbed. I was fortunate enough that folks have traveled to the Valley and started youth programs or high school programs. And ultimately that allowed me to find lacrosse in 7th grade. Now, unfortunately, my first year I was a star. I was running down the field, picking up ground balls, splitting left, splitting right, having a fantastic time when devastation struck. Have you ever been sitting in a room with the doctor and had your heart go into your stomach? That happened to my sister, my mom, and myself. That first year of lacrosse, I started limping halfway through. We found out that I'd broken my ankle for the second time that year. I was no longer able to play this game that I fell in love with. But you know what? I still dressed in my jersey for every single game the rest of the season. I'd crutch onto the field, sometimes close to a mile, because I made a commitment to my team. It's the passion that you have with your brothers, your teammates, and that connection that inspires you to do more than you ever thought was possible. And it's that has inspired me for my entire life. Now let's fast forward to high school. I want you all to think about your dreams as a high schooler. Can you remember them? For me, I wanted to be a Division I national champion lacrosse player. Now, reality struck me as a senior. Little secret, Arizona is not the hotbed for lacrosse, guys. Oh, yeah, who would have thought that? So I find myself heading into my senior year with no commitments to a college. And this is a time when 8th graders are committing to the top tier D1 programs. I realized I've got to do something bold. That's something gained from lacrosse. I joined an elite travel team called the West Coast Stars, and we head out to Maryland. We play tournaments up and down. Ultimately, I get back, and my travel coach, Chris Malone, sits me down in his office and says, "Bernsy, what a summer, man. You really stepped up. I didn't realize you had that talent." But you know what? Charlie Hushik, he's a year younger than you, and if you look at this list of D1 programs, he has an offer from the bottom tier right here. You're a year behind that. You could probably see yourself in the quintile 3 or 4 teams. Or, as you know, I'm the head coach at Arizona State University. We've been going to national championships the last 3 years. Do you want to be on a bottom tier team? Or would you like to join us up at the top? You're one of our top recruits. As most of you know, I chose the latter. This is the team in the background, and I feel so blessed with the opportunity to play at Arizona State University. I got a degree through the Honors College in Finance, and I was able to be a captain as well as a president of the club. Not to mention, I went to a national championship. What an experience. However, do you guys see this right here? There's a monkey on my back. There's a little guy chirping saying, "Ryan, you haven't won a national championship. Ryan, get to work." So that's what I'm doing. What I've always done with lacrosse. I put on a big smile, I put my head down, and I work. I work as hard as I can and I stay positive. I've been coaching. I've started a nonprofit called the Lacrosse Leadership Institute. I've been interviewing professional players, top coaches, international stars, and bringing their stories to my community so that Arizona can become a hotbed and we can share the message and the dreams that I've been able to accomplish through this sport. And ideally, I will win a national championship some way. Toastmasters, I attest all my success in life to lacrosse. You learn accountability, you learn communication, you learn how to take chances in an environment that isn't necessarily the real world, but it reflects so well and allows you to be ready to take on the world and really live your dreams and live your best lives. That's been my mission with this nonprofit I created, the Lacrosse Leadership Institute. I'm going to put the link to the Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube in the chat so that you can all check it out. And I'd love for you to share it with your families. If you have kids, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, anyone that could use a pick-me-up from an amazing sport, I want to be access that I didn't have to the community that surrounds me, because I know lacrosse gives you the opportunity to be the best version of yourself. Thank you.